Welcome to Clutch, episode 35. As always, we'll dive into the world of fighting. We'll break down rumors, announcements, hot leads, cold facts, and more. Support our channel with likes and comments to motivate us to create interesting content for you. And now we begin broadcasting.
Are you ready for it?
Since there are no UFC tournaments or high-profile fights happening right now, we suggest taking a break from your daily routine by watching this video of a slap brawl in an Indian province. Now that we have your attention, we will continue. You have probably already seen the announcements for the main fights of UFC 321 and 322. However, we recommend hearing about them firsthand. So here is UFC CEO Dana White. Let's listen.
All right, let's start off. First off, I'm announcing our return to New York City as UFC 322 takes place on Saturday, November 15th. The main event, UFC welterweight champion Jack Della Maddalena defends his belt for the first time when he takes on former UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Makhachev was #1 ranked pound-for-pound fighter in the world in 23, 24, and 25. He cleaned out that division, and he has decided to take his 15-fight win streak and move up to attempt to become one of a few fighters in UFC history to win belts in 2 different divisions. Della Maddalena has won 18 fights in a row, just beat Bilal Muhammad for the welterweight title. This is literally the definition of a super fight. So that's the main event. Champion versus champion, Madison Square Garden. UFC strawweight champion Weili Zhang has accomplished all there is to accomplish at 115 pounds. So she's now going to vacate her title and move up and challenge Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship in the co-main event of UFC 322. #1 pound for pound versus #2 pound for pound. Talk about another super fight. Shevchenko's the best flyweight in UFC history and holds basically every record in the division, including most wins, most knockouts, most takedowns, and Weili is the first Chinese champion ever and one of the most dominant strawweight champions in UFC history. She's finished 19 of her 26 wins and now looks to become just the second woman to win a UFC belt in 2 different divisions by taking on Shevchenko. So UFC 322, 2 super fights, November 15th in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Also on the card of UFC 322, former champion Leon Edwards returns to take on everybody's favorite, #9 ranked Carlos Pradas. Carlos is an absolute fucking beast. He's got 5 wins in the UFC and 5 knockouts. So, UFC 322, do not miss this one, November 15th in Madison Square Garden. I also want to update you on 321 in Abu Dhabi on October 25th, which will be headlined by the undisputed UFC heavyweight championship between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane. I have another championship fight for you. As I mentioned just a second ago, Weili Zhang is vacating her title, so there will be a new UFC strawweight champion in Abu Dhabi as #1 ranked contender Verna Jandiroba takes on #5 ranked Mackenzie Dern. Also being added to UFC 321, 2 of the best bantamweights. #2 ranked Umar Nurmagomedov takes on Mario Batista, who is ranked #8. He's been grinding his way up in the rankings, and it's going to be a fun one too.
Among other things, Dana White says the UFC White House event is officially on.
White House fight is on. The White House fight is on. I will have more details on that in the next couple weeks. But we got it done today.
Oh my God.
Now, for other news and rumors this week, Islam Makhachev is training hard and practicing his usual techniques in anticipation of the announcement of his fight. He doesn't neglect nutrition either.
Now we know how to. You're not in this one, right? There you go.
Meanwhile, his manager, Ali Abdelaziz, says Islam versus Khamzat will never happen.
This will never happen. First of all, Khamzat is too big. I don't think he can ever make welterweight. And in a way, like these guys, like they know each other. I don't think they're from the same region. And I honestly, these fights make absolutely no sense. I think if Khamzat go up and want to fight as light heavyweight, maybe make more sense. But in a way, Khamzat has so many contenders to clean out the division before even he thinking about moving to different weight division. You know what I'm saying? You have to be fair to all the contenders. And I think he will defend these titles. But, and every guy's gonna bring a different challenge for him.
Okay.
Daniel Cormier disagrees with Khabib's opinion on Arman versus Ilia Topuria being 80-20 in favor of Arman.
80-20 is crazy though. Come on, man. 80-20 is hard when anyone's fighting. 80-20, the only time 80-20 could be thought of in fights has been in the case of Khabib and John Jones. They're the only people that have gone through this whole thing without losing. They are the only two. So you could have possibly said, well, yeah, it's probably 80% that guy's way because they never lose. But guess who else hasn't lost? Ilia Topuria. So to put him on the opposite side of that 80-20 is crazy to me. I don't believe that for one second. I really do disagree with Khabib on that one. That's one that there is not a guy in the world that I believe is going to beat Ilia Topuria 8 out of 10 times.
I don't know
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that.
Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria is just working out. He doesn't care what other people think of his skills.
Arriba.
Dana White thought he would no longer be the UFC president after it was sold for over $4 billion, but the deal went through only on the condition that Dana remained president.
Lorenzo wanted to sell and I didn't. And Lorenzo's like, I'm done. I'm out. I can't do it anymore. Be happy for me that I'm getting out and I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, no, I wasn't ready to sell. But obviously, if these guys, if they're at that place, they want to sell, $6 billion is not a bad number.
Did you think though, when that acquisition happened, that you would stay in the position that you're in? Because you're you're the face. Was there that concern as like, okay, I exit with you, or?
I'm still in a bunch of different businesses with them. We own a lot of different companies together, me and the Fertitta brothers. So I just figured, all right, what's next? What are we going to go do next? And we'll move on to the next thing. And they were like, we got to talk to you. Nobody's going to buy this if you don't stay.
I wouldn't tell you. You'd probably be the last person on earth I'd tell.
Raul Rosas Jr. versus Rob Font officially removed from UFC Noche. Mateusz Gamrot reveals he's been offered a grappling match with Arman Tsarukyan, but he believes their rematch should take place in the UFC octagon instead. They brought Sage Northcutt to Dagestan, fed him Dagestani food, and made him watch Khabib versus Conor.
Eating everything.
Yeah, second best.
We got Tony's boxing debut this Saturday.
I was masturbating to the South Path on Saturday night. Massive, monumental opportunity to start the event spot. What does he need to do, in your opinion, to take out a guy like Tony Ferguson? He needs to stay.
Jan Blachowicz has signed his next bout agreement. Magomed Ankalaev believes he has 2 more fights at 205 before moving up to heavyweight. Erin Blanchfield will take on Tracy Cortez at UFC 322 on November 15th. Strickland wants to return in December in Las Vegas. Alex Perez versus Almabayev for UFC Qatar, November 22nd. Arman Tsarukyan via Instagram. Either Darren Till acts really well or he's really mad at Luke Rockhold.
Why can't we get close?
You're fucking skinny fat.
This is fighting. This is fighting. Let's do 8 rounds then. 8 rounds. And no allowance. Yeah? Come on then. Come on. Let me get close, please. I'm not going to touch you, otherwise I won't get paid. Come on, let's get close. What's up? Are you stressed? Are you stressed?
No.
You little muppet. Are you stressed, are you? You little muppet. Luke, I'm going to decapitate you. Watch.
You want to play jokes? You want to play jokes?
No, I don't want to play jokes. No, don't worry.
You want to play jokes?
You're super boxing now, I'm not playing jokes. I know this street as well as KSI. I won it.
Where you want to kick last time? You want to kick? You want to kick last time? Hey, you want to kick?
I'm not kicking.
Hey!
In the world of boxing, a highly anticipated clash between two boxing legends is set to take place in September. The participants are training very hard. Canelo Alvarez's makes it look so easy.
Your words now.
Terence Crawford putting the finishing touches on camp ahead of his showdown against Canelo Alvarez.
Matching the hands now.
In your opinion, what is the greatest round of boxing of all time? Talks have begun for a rematch between Lee Wood and Josh Warrington to take place in Monte-Carlo, Monaco. Wood won their first fight via 7th round TKO. Anthony Joshua back training after recovering from elbow surgery. Can AJ become world heavyweight champion for a 3rd time?
Good.